Thank you. I would like to start with a little experiment. So, if you are actually a member of a political party, please stand up. Okay. Well, look at them closely, ladies and gentlemen, because they are becoming an endangered species almost. No, but with jokes aside, research shows 2.2% of the Dutch population is member of a political party. So that's not only bad news for the political parties, but also for democracy as a whole. 50% of the Dutch people feel dissatisfied with the current system. That's 50%. It's quite a lot. And they want more participation, they want more saying, and they want, well, more control, actually. And the funny fact is that our current system, our current voting system, hasn't been changed in its essence since 1918. That's quite a while ago. It was a time, obviously, without telephones, without smartphones, without computers, without television, but also a time without asphalt roads. So, come to think of it, the first asphalt road in Holland dates from 1923. But it was also a time of pillarization. So, for example, if you were born in a Catholic family, you would go to a Catholic school. You will go and read a Catholic paper, and you will, of course, vote for a Catholic party. But nowadays, we don't like to be put in boxes, do we? We like to create our own boxes. We don't subscribe just to one newspaper. We want to pick the articles we want to read with new tools and based on our personal needs. And we don't want to pay for the things that we don't use. We create our own insurance package, modular and on demand. And we design our surroundings based on our personal needs. So why is it that our political system hasn't adapted these changes? Well, you could compare a political party with a box, with a fixed box. It consists out of different smaller boxes representing different themes like education, care, or defense. But most of the times you don't agree with this total package. And online voting assistance makes it clear every time. When I go to this online voting assistance, I see that there are different parties that I agree upon, but not one in total. And it's strange that we can only vote for one fixed party when we're not agreeing on the total program. So that's kind of strange when you look at the examples I just showed and the innovations around us. So wouldn't it make more sense if our voting system was modular as well? So for example, if your political points of view matches party A perfectly with education, but defense-wise you're more into the points of view of party B, why not combine the two? Why not select your own package, modular, based on your own personal needs? And voting within one theme, or voting within different themes, also means that you have to operate in different themes. So instead of one big chamber with the classical cat and mouse game with coalition, opposition, with the formation process, you will get different, smaller theme chambers. And politicians had to work together more in order to create the better content. So there will be more room for innovation within that theme. In March 2017, there will be national elections again. So that's the perfect time to test this system in practice. So instead of just talking about things that need to change, we can actually put it in practice and see what it results in. So we are setting up a national experiment that people can vote using this new system. And the thing is, it's kind of a shadow election. So we could do research. We could compare the results of the regular elections with the results of the new one. And we can literally see and validate if this works or not. So I think it's time to really go to practice. And one big difference is not only that you could vote within a theme, but also that you will not vote on the people, but on the content. So the current system is too much like a vicious circle. People are not engaged because they are not feeling heard, so they vote uninformed. And that's exactly where political parties react to with showbiz and theater. and thereby people get more disappointed again. So we have to break this circle, and I think a new system could help do that. So in the end, in the long term, we need a cultural change, not only with politicians, but also with the voters. Because politicians have to focus their campaign on the content instead of populism, but voters, on the other hand, need to orientate also on the content instead of gut feeling. So in the end, it's about a cultural change which makes people more engaged. As a start, we created a platform where you could find a cool animation. There's also a petition which you could sign. But we also created an implementation plan because, of course, I have 6 minutes to tell you this, but I needed half an hour probably because it reflects the whole system. So you need to think about all the different steps that come, have first voting, but there are a lot of changes, of course. So please sign the petition, please have a look if you agree upon it. And I hope I have inspired you just a little bit, not talking, but doing. Thank you.